What I love about this Constitution and the rights it secures, one of the things that I really just find unique and just so special about the Constitution is the fact that not only does it secure some of the most important rights like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, freedom of speech, press, religion, all those good stuff there, but it went to specify that everything that wasn't illegal was a right. It wasn't you can't do this because we didn't tell you it was a right, or it was, if there's not a law in place to prevent you from doing so, then that is something you can completely do. It's not something you can be punished for in the future, which was honestly quite unheard of at the time. Just about no other country in the world had ever done something like that. Sure, countries had said, okay, if you don't do this, we don't care, but you could still be sentenced to death or really any crime or sentence they wanted if they just didn't like you or something like that. For example, in Great Britain, well, they had the Magna Carta, so you could accuse them of a crime and get them arrested and all that, and while you'd have to accuse them of false crimes, you could still accuse them of crimes and get them thrown in jail for the likes. But in this, it has to be very specific and provable crimes that brings them in. It's not just this dude, he crossed the street in the middle of the night when he wasn't supposed to, so he gets to be thrown in jail for that. It was, no, this right is secured. And because that was secured, you can prove whether it was broken or not. You can say, did he cross the road then? There's not enough evidence, therefore he's innocent, as in innocent until proven guilty. But because of this, the Constitution has really secured just about every human right possible. And sure, there might be problems with the implementation of this. I mean, humanity in America as a whole isn't perfect. And there's been times where we've broken the Constitution, ignored it, or haven't listened to it, or just said that it didn't mean what it meant. But the actual Constitution itself secured every human right imaginable. And the only thing it does is it stops you from losing your own rights. And this is what I love about the Constitution of the United States of America.
I often reflect on the great blessing it is to be a citizen of the United States of America and to have as our foundation a nation that was really founded on those principles that keep men free. We are founded on principles of God and religion and freedom of religion, actually, even, and upon the foundations of a liberal education. Liberal meaning the idea that we are studying all of the arts that keep us free, that give us liberty, and especially founded on the principles of liberty, such as the rights, the inherent, unalienable rights of man, which are life, liberty, property, and conscience. And I was thinking the other day, after America prevailed in World War I, it still wasn't clear that America would be a global power. And we see that the UK could come back as the global financial power, because that's what they were before. Who was going to be the leader? That was still the question right after World War I. And the two nations each had to adopt policies. So the UK went more of the socialist way, and that was the period where the dole became a concept and then a pejorative. The UK went more of that socialist way, but the US turned away from social democracy or socialism through President Harding and Coolidge. And during the time of Coolidge, many of the bureaucracies were done away with. And I believe it must have been pretty hard, because I think some of Coolidge's good friends were heading some of these bureaucracies, but he chose to just, let's do away with it. This is not going to work. And he really reduced the government, and we became quite a global power. We stabilized as the world's economic power And, we weren't in a good way before that. And so it's interesting to see that, times are hard right now. But as we see good leaders rise up like a Coolidge and follow those principles that bring us more economic stability and more really follow the proper role of government, which is to protect rights of life, liberty, property, and conscience. As we see more and more people rise up to protect those rights and to establish the proper role of government, we return back to what the founders had once they came up with a constitution. And I think it's a real beautiful thing to think about. I don't think we're always going to be going downhill like so much the media says today. Yeah, there are some hard things going on, but I think the spirit of this country and the good people in it who want to make a difference, who live the laws of liberty, they're going to step up and they're going to help. And it's just exciting to be part of this country that has that spirit of freedom.
I have grown ever more grateful for the blessings of the Constitution of the United States of America as I have learned about other countries where the rights of the people are not protected. The safety that I take for granted isn't found in every country of the world, and I feel so blessed to live in America where I can be free. The Constitution that our founding fathers created has protected us from tyranny and fear for over 2 centuries, and I am grateful for the freedom it promises. I am grateful to have the protected right of freedom of speech, where in many other countries, a word against the government can result in death. I am grateful for the freedom to make my own decisions and choose my education and career. I am grateful for the safety and stability this country ensures. I know America's prosperity and blessings have come from our Constitution, which will continue to bless us if we continue to follow it.